Yo, what's going on, friends, family? My name is Skylent. I'm always here trying to show off brand new games, share new experiences, all that cool stuff. Stay subscribed if you want to check out the new things. But today we're actually going to be talking about Tribes of Midgard, which is available July 27th. Coming up pretty soon here, and I had no idea it was looking this good. Like, I hear you, I see you now, and I kind of want to rant about it. So anyways, it's a little bit of a preview, and we've actually already talked about this game. We did a pre-impressions, and it's really rare that I do like a double pre-impressions thing, but we got some new footage, we got some new information, and I really kind of just run down this game and just say that, like, you know, I'm giving it my seal of approval to keep the hype alive. I am definitely interested in playing this game for a couple of reasons, okay? So firstly, I definitely have experience playing cooperatively and on servers playing games like Don't Starve. I love survival games, and this game clearly is inspired by a bunch of different survival games. Now, is it Valheim? No, this isn't. But that's why I'm also excited. I have been kind of venturing into a lot of different action RPGs. Sure, your Dark Souls and your Monster Hunters, yeah, no doubt, but I mean just kind of general, you know, like Diablo. I'm talking Path of Exile, you know, stuff like that. And I've been kind of having a lot of fun with those grind-a-thon style games, so I think it really makes a lot of sense to add in ARPGs and survival games, and we have seen that to an extent with a couple of different blendings of the genre from Fallout 76, maybe even you could even see, yeah, Valheim, sure, Valheim. But no, with this game, I think properly we took like Diablo mixed with Valheim, and I think now we're starting to really see something come to life here. Now, at first, when I saw this game, I was like, okay, it's just gonna be Viking Don't Starve. Nope. Nope. Anyways, so we got some new elucidations on how this gameplay loop is actually going to play, how it's going to flow, and I kind of want to talk about that. So basically, Tribes of Midgard, you jump down with just solo or with your bros or whatever, you know, whoever you want to play with. It seems like it's a pretty fun for the whole family kind of game. There is a difficulty slider, apparently. You be able to choose harder difficulties, stuff like that, and you try to survive. So you can actually run out and you kind of adventure, you get your loot and everything survival-esque elements, but with an action RPG gameplay and loot system, and then you come back to your base and you try to defend it, build it up, you know, all that good stuff. Also get your armors up and, you know, punch trees so that you can get cool clubs and things, shields, yeah, whatever. Anyways, when night comes or certain times, waves of monsters will come, try to destroy your town, or really specifically destroy the seed of Yggdrasil, which is at the core of your town, which will, I think, end the game there. So, kind of like Don't Starve, except I'm not really sure exactly how punishing the game will fully be on max difficulty, but I imagine it actually will be very challenging. But that's not the end, that's not the end. There's more to the gameplay loop, actually, guys. It's about killing giants. I mean, that makes sense. It's freaking Viking, you know, Norse mythology. Okay, we gotta kill some ice giants, we got a freaking storm giant, we got witch giant, we got stuff and things we gotta kill. Lava giant, a couple of giants to kill. So whenever you actually finish like the wave survival portion, you then also need to go out and adventure and you know, clear camps and things like that. Sure, you can actually build out in the world, build ramps and things to access more parts of the world, but then you can also take the fight to the giants and you can kill, you can do bossing. So there's wave survival and bossing, and you might be able to say, well, it does kind of sound like Valheim. Valheim technically does have a wave element, but mostly Valheim is mostly focused on the bossing. I think Tribes of Midgard is much more rapid fire, much more faster paced, even compared to something like Don't Starve. Don't Starve actually takes kind of a long time. It's like every 7 to 10 days the dogs come for the wave survival. It takes like entire seasons for giants to show up. It's yeah, no, Don't Starve, for like how arcade of a survival game it is, actually takes a long time to wind up. Tribes of Midgard is just like, it slaps you in the face. You just jump, hit the ground running, and yeah, it's bonkers. So a couple of things I'm excited for now that I'm making this video for is that I actually saw some of the magical abilities. I'm really starting to see the combat come to life, where it's like, okay, monsters do big ass AoE attacks, you know, they're up to 10 players. Oh, I don't know, kind of feels raidish. But then you actually start getting like some magical abilities, and you have these different classes that do play different roles within your group that you're going to be playing with. And you do have like abilities that look very similar to stuff like if you play Diablo or Path of Exile, that are just kind of big and just ridiculous and give you a little bit of that power fantasy, where oftentimes in survival games, you don't actually, maybe at the very, very end of the game, you kind of begin to reach a power fantasy, but not really, because that's, you know, survival games, you want to feel that survival aspect. It's pretty rare that these kind of games really give that to you, but since this game is more inspired by action RPGs, it looks like they're more willing to give that to you, especially since they're just going to send waves of monsters at you, and then at the same time, breakneck speed, you got to go and kill giant monsters, and it's just like non-stop moving and going, and I have a feeling this game is going to be very replayable. I have a feeling this is going to be the game that you don't just jump into a weekend, maybe once a year like you do Don't Starve or a few other titles. That just takes so much energy and effort. As cute and fun as they are, I love Don't Starve, but this is the kind of game where it's like, yo, dude, you want to jump on for some Tribes of Midgard? Let's do a run. And I don't know exactly how long these runs are going to take, if it's just survive as long as possible, if there's multiple different game modes. But what I do know is that it just looks like more instantaneously you're into the thick of things, into the fray, into the action, you know, throwing magical hammers and shit like that, giant explosives, waves coming at your face, and you're building instantaneously. So I have a feeling that this is going to just sort of be a rapid experience of a lot of the progression that you get in general action RPGs like Path of Exile, which is again a game that takes a long time to wind up, and then it's just the momentum is crazy in that game. I think Tribes of Midgard, you're just kind of it's gonna just hit the ground running. That's pretty much it. I think it's just gonna be kind of, I hope not a casualization, but definitely something that, I don't know, kind of just makes it more rapid to get into, in my opinion, the good stuff of both action RPGs and survival games, which is going to be the wave survival, which is going to be the bossing, which is going to be like challenging content that actually comes up to my face and tries to smash it. But then also action RPGs like gives me the abilities to smash their face, all their faces, all at once, especially with my friends and family. So if you guys want to know more a little bit about the game, let's go ahead and talk about it. Yeah, we do have giants. Giants, that's gonna happen, okay? You got big giants, lots of different giants, and you're gonna want to co-op to kill them. But with their different classes, we got a couple different classes, actually. Now, fully what their gameplay entails, I'm not really sure, but it does seem that you're gonna be starting out with certain weapons or have expertise in certain weapons, though in-game you're gonna have to actually craft these different stuff and things. So you're gonna have like rangers, which is, you know, range DPS. You're gonna have your tanks. You're gonna have like your general, probably warrior aesthetic. You got a berserker. You have maybe more of a magical-esque thing, one that's more focused on animals with the hunter stuff and things like that. There's a couple different classes. We gotta really see how they truly evolve from the gameplay, but from what I'm seeing, I mean, you guys are seeing it too. We got like Kamehamehas. We've got real like mobile action combat, kind of like, it's not just like you stand still and then like things happen, which kind of is the case with Path of Exile, let's be honest. This game actually just has like a fluidity to it. And let me just say the graphics, if we're just talking about how the game appears visually, looks way better than I thought it would. I think the inking, I believe there's inking, it almost looks cel shaded. Just like the cleanness of this game means everything is very visual, where games like, yeah, a little bit Diablo, but especially Path of Exile does kind of look very noisy. A lot of those style games do look super noisy, which is why I prefer the MMO Albion Online. So yeah, this game, oh my goodness, you know, like, it just looks clean, looks good. It looks like a game that just could be quick and good fun while also still providing a fun challenge. And as long as there's actual, and apparently there is, they just launched a trailer for seasons. They're going to be updating the game, new seasons, maybe, I don't know if it's going to be like leagues in Path of Exile. That'd be kind of cool. But there hopefully will be new mutators, new monsters, new loot, and just a constant reason to come back and have that sort of lootathon, grindathon experience. And then also new challenges for that survival-esque, you know, vibe that we're trying to get. We're trying to merge here. Basically, this is a survival co-op action RPG. So I do like that there are different classes. I do like that there's different roles that you can actually play being a cooperative game. And I do like that there is this duality of, okay, sit in your base, wave survival, and then also run out and go and kill the bosses, run out and go and do the loot, and then just be quick and be fast. Maybe you might even have some players who are just constantly outside and just constantly looting and constantly getting materials for their teammates, which actually happens in MMOs such as Albion Online. And maybe you'll just have somebody who's always in the base, always building, or, you know, what have you. I feel like there's just a lot of fun cooperative gameplay to be had here that you normally don't see. If a game is just static wave defense, then everyone just sits still and everyone just kind of waits for the monsters. They're like, okay, you get the north gate, I'll get the south gate. All right, you know, healer be in the middle somewhere. Yeah, but this game, because of the fluidity of the gameplay loop, and because of the systems of, you know, getting the loot, crafting and building and everything, and then also you gotta go kill the freaking monsters, the giants, before they come and raid our base. I just think there's a lot of communication. That's a big thing. Communication that needs to happen in terms of cooperation. So is this going to be as fun single player or solo as some other survival games like The Forest or Valheim? Probably not. This seems like it's going to be a really fun game to play with friends, especially over a weekend, that you can jump into anytime. And you're probably going to want to if they do continue with these seasons. And that's pretty much all I want to say about the game. There's still a lot of vagueness, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to analyze as I get to play it, which I definitely will. And if I get extra codes, I'll definitely give those away on the YouTube channel or the Instagram, or I don't know, somewhere and everywhere. I'll have you guys playing with me. So stay subscribed for that. Definitely stay tuned. Join the Discord if you guys want to chat about it as well. But this is a game that I'm definitely looking forward to. What do you guys think? Can you tell my enthusiasm, my hype is real? And are you guys actually just as excited as me? Much love, though. My name is Skylent, and I'll see you in the next one.